playroom last night, just spitting games with all those bitches.
Oh, all right. Wait, I gotta mute you now.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Dude,
He did say he was streaming.
I know, but we're in Discord.
all of a sudden, something, yeah. Alright. Well, started streaming 4 minutes ago. Nobody's watching, so that's okay, but we can start the stream off nice. It's Scott and Nate.
I didn't do anything. Don't.
I did it. I did it all. I'm sorry.
I turned him down. All right, talk now. Talk now.
Check.
We're always
check. How's that?
Yeah.
Somebody go on my stream and tell me if it sounds too loud. Or you're playing a game.
Yeah, but I need a link.
I mean, we're probably gonna be on for all night.
All right, so send me a message when you guys are done with your game, if you guys want to jump in.
Okay.
All right. Here is the link.
Yeah, we need to pin that.
I mean, the link is always different. It's just the YouTube channel. That's the most important thing, is that YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. I'll just subscribe.
Yeah. So when I go live, it's just, I don't know. Eventually, people will just start showing up and chatting. But if you have a good group and you're just like saying stupid shit, it gets pretty fun. As long as.
Why don't, dude? What you should do is get in the playroom and stream your painting.
I've already talked about seeing the playroom.
Dude, I bailed on the playroom. The playroom is a terrible place. I never want to go back.
It's not great.
Yeah, but you can meet a girlfriend that's thousands of miles away and kind of cunty.
Yeah, and kind of what?
Kind of. Oh, I can't
Kind of beautiful, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I meant. Duh.
Hey, in all fairness, you did not tell me I couldn't say that word.
Yeah.
You could write me up.
Okay, I don't know. I think there might be some like feedback. I gotta figure out how to deal with. I need a headset probably.
Well, you need to.
I could just turn you down. I don't know. Let's make sure the mic is coming through the right thing, huh? You're playing your game anyway. I'm gonna get out of this chat. When you're done playing your game, I'll go to AFK.
I missed the train.
Alrighty. Time to start this. I got some new paintbrushes from Games and Gears. These wore out over the course of a year, so highly recommend. Got these new brushes today from England. They have a lifetime warranty on their brushes, so as long as you take care of them, meaning you wash them and you take care of them and you provide evidence of that, they'll take care of you. I used my brushes for about a year. They completely wore out, and they just sent me some brand new brushes. So, I don't know, let's get down to painting Havel's armor. Havel's armor is actually pretty easy to paint. It's mostly gray. So we're going to just start off with, I don't know, I'm thinking it's a warm gray. So I'm thinking a warm gray. That's a cool gray. Let's go, you know, thinking a warm gray. You know what, I actually like this darker gray here. Havel's armor is pretty weird. I had to turn myself down because how's that, Nate? That a little better? Test. Dark flame. Yeah, warm gray 4. This is what we're going with for Havel's armor. So let's go with that. Sweet. Alright, enjoy your game, dude. Win. Warm gray. So yeah, actually, with my brushes, they sent me a full set. So I just told them my 00 and my 0 was bad, and they sent me a full set, which was pretty cool. Oh, here we go. I'm just going to do a glaze like I did before. I'm not going to apply too much color. I'm going to mix it up with some water, just a tad. I just want it to be a transparent paint, and I'm going to go over all of Havel's armor. I'm not really going to worry so much about the chains because metallic paint typically comes in so thick that whatever I paint over, I don't know, it's just going to show up, and then I'll hit it with some washes to tone it down. This guy's kind of a mishmash of different types of sets from the game, so he's going to look pretty weird when all is said and done. These are actually giant iron, I don't know, they're like these giant iron great shields, and his armor itself is Havel's armor, so it's made of stone. So I'm going to start off with Havel's armor because it's going to be the hardest thing to paint without making mistakes, and the metallic paints are just going to kind of take over on the shields. So let's just go at it. Let me get a reference for Havel's set. It is entirely gray, even the neck area. So I'm just going to get in there. Again, this is relatively transparent, and I'm gonna try not to paint the black areas too much. I want to leave that. So it looks like that. Just avoid painting the black areas. There's a little too much of a bead of paint there, but it'll look okay in the end. I'm not too concerned. These shoulder pads are Havel's set. Literally the only thing he's not wearing is the helmet is not Havel's set. Bring up YouTube so I can see chat. His tassel seems to go like up and around into the armor, so be careful of that. That tassel's gonna add a nice little bit of color to this model that's sorely needed because, well, stone is gray and there's enough gray and silver. Any color you can find in the world of Dark Souls, it's just cling to it. Don't let it don't let it go. So, here we go. A lot of people in the Dark Souls board game community were asking to show them how I paint characters. So there is the gray for his chest plate. Let's get in there with these things in there. Let's get some gray in there. People aren't really going to notice these parts just as long as they're hit with some color. And this is actually a chain that's coming down, so I'm just going to avoid painting it and not waste my time on it. I do have some gray in here that I want to hit. Cool. Pretty happy with that. Alright, so we're going to go up here, and we're just going to reach down behind the shield. Probably could have gone with a darker gray, but I can always tone this down with a wash. That looks pretty good. Good deal. Who is who? Dark Flame? Oh, Sellsword Luet. Sellsword Luet is he helps you beat bosses. He's like a giant tank. So if you don't have a tank in the party, he's great because he's got a lot of defense, a lot of physical and magical defense, and you summon him and he just suicide bombs right into the boss. It helps you beat him, especially if you're at a low level. But that again is only if you're playing with the Allied Summons expansion. Oh, and when you do summon, yeah. I don't have his cards on me right now, but I imagine they're very defensive. He can bash you with his shield. He's got a shield bash. It doesn't deal as much damage, but he stays alive and he baits the boss for you. Just what you need. Let's change the light. I think that's a little better. I'm not sure actually. Just make sure I don't miss any spots. He does need a wooden shield. He needs 3 shields. He needs a shield on his back. In Dark Souls, I believe you can visibly see the shield on your back, if I remember correctly. So, like, just to be fun, we would equip 2 mega shields and have 1 shield on your back. Or no, because your secondary weapon, you could put it away. Yes, so never mind. If you had 2 shields, that was it. You're done. Alright. So it looks like the insides of these shoulder pads are definitely going to be this rocky gray color that I'm using. But in between these shoulder pads is a black leather, I don't know, undersuit, Under Armour, I don't know what you want to call it. I'm not even going to touch the areas that are black. I'm ignoring those. They're black because the light's not hitting them. He can't roll. Alright, sweet. On to legs. I'm not sure about Havel's feet. Okay, yeah, they're all stone. So I'm just gonna keep rolling with the stone. This dude's pretty heavy. Super heavy. Good deal. I like. Right. Missed some spots over here. Oh, cool. Alright, I'm happy with that. Bring out my brush. Always keep your brush clean. Makes it last longer. Next, I'm going to hit it with another color. Ooh, I'll move my light just a bit. Fix that just a tad. I have not. What is that show? It's Miracle Workers. You got a link? I'll check it out. I don't want to watch it, and I have not seen the ads yet. I don't want to watch it while I'm on stream though. So I'm going to take it up to a brighter gray here. And this is going to be a warm gray 3. Actually, I thought I was going to bring it up a bit brighter than that, but whoops. I'm actually surprised at how much brighter warm gray 3 is. And I'm going to just touch the bottom half of all these little bits here. And that should give us a nice little color variation. Get the tops of all these plates with warm gray 3. It's got everybody. You mean Daniel Radcliffe? Probably should have gone for a cool gray, but you know what? I really am liking how this is looking. No, he's Harry Potter forever. He will be Harry Potter forever. That's part of the reason his career tanked. He had nothing else he could go into. Dude made so much money, though, it doesn't even matter. He's fine. I'm just hitting all the highest, most raised surfaces with this warm gray 3 to, I don't know, make it look like light is hitting it. Brighten it up. Pretty good. There. Do this back leg here. Those plates. Just bring it up a little bit. Alright. A little bit of white in here. Let's get rid of that. There. And there. Alright, cool. I'm liking his armor. Alright, so Havel has some really, really dark leather spots. And I'm going to use a contrast paint for all those. This is Sigor Contrast Brown. Or Contrast Sigor Brown, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to use it like a glaze on all the parts that are leather. can use any dark brown for this and just turn it into a glaze. This stuff's just pre-mixed, so it's real easy for me to paint on. And for this, there you go, we got some nice brown pants. And inside of his arms. Sweet. Get in here. And get in there. Alright, good deal. I like how that looks. We'll make it look better later. We'll add a bunch of highlights. Alright, for the brown, let's actually go back to warm gray 4 for the brown pants, but before we go to warm gray 4, I want to hit this with Noland Oil. Yeah, you know what? Before we do Noland Oil, I want to do the helmet. Where is the color? Oh, I'm just gonna go with good old lead Belcher on the helmet. next color is its current color is Lead Belcher. And Lead Belcher is just a dark silver. I don't know. It's actually lead, but Dark Souls is grungy, so that's what the color we use is. A grungy metal, iron, lead, I don't know, color. I'm gonna do this guy's shields last. Cool. Now we have his little helmet. Make sure we hit all little details. We're gonna bring out these details later. Alright, good deal. That's what we got. Nice little silver helmet. Let's do the chains. We have one chain right here. And we have one more chain right here. It goes down. Leg. Let's look at his butt. We've got a couple chains there. Cool. Alright, I'm happy with that. That was cool. Now I'm going to do the Noland Oil Wash. And I'm going to focus on one aspect of him at a time while I do this. So first I'm going to do around his head and his neck. And I'm going to be careful not to touch his tassel coming off his helmet. I don't want to get that Noland oil on there. I don't want it too much in here. I just want just enough to get in the recesses. That's all. Cool. Get some more on there. Cool. I'm just like going over one plate at a time, making sure that I coat each plate individually. Or I don't really have a plan for the colors. I just kind of wing it, and it happens to be the right colors, and it's nice. So we're gonna go over these plates here. Get on his chains. And like having the Noland Oil Wash on the chains will kind of cover up any imperfections. So when you do paint the chains, don't stress out over how perfect the chains look or how close, or if you got a little chain or a little silver on the cloth, because quite frankly the Noland Oil Wash, once you go over them, is gonna erase any of those little minor errors you may have made. People won't notice them anymore. That looks great. I haven't touched the arms yet. That's because they're so far behind the shield. I'm just going to hit them with a wash and that'll be good enough. Do this shoulder. And then do the other shoulder. And then actually just take the wash and get real liberal on the hands. They're so far back there. Cool. He's starting to look really good. Alright, have a good night, Alex. Sleep well. Don't worry about getting any wash on the shield. The shield is going to be painted last, and it's all going to be very monochrome according to the game. Last thing I have to do is his legs. This chain here, we're just going to go right down. I might have missed some wash. I want to get a little more on that part. Anyway, right down here on the armor. Need more wash. Alright, good deal. Looking awesome. Now, I'm going to paint his red tassel. That's going to be real easy. I'm just going to cheat with some contrast paint again. This is the GW Blood Angel Red contrast paint. It's a little bright, so make sure you water it down. But I'm just going to go right over this thing. Might add some highlights to it later, but there's not much to it. There we go. Sweet. Nice little red tassel. All right, let's focus on the shields. There are more colors after this, but the shields, you know what? Let's focus. Let's continue to focus on the body. I'm actually going to take Warm Gray 3 again to the leather. So I'm just going to take this and highlight the leather.